And we are live. Hello. How is everybody on this Monday night? Hope everybody's doing well. We do some shout outs here, and then I will bring on tonight's panel. We have got Derek Jana here hanging out with us tonight. What's up, Derek? We've got Mrs. Erica Lauren Horn Mason. Big Smells is here. We got Dave in the chat. We got Foz tonight. What's up, Foz? How you doing, sir? Michael Myers Edits is here. Captain Deli Meat. I like that name, Captain Deli Meat. I love it. Love it. Alex Bacon is here. Alex, what's up? We got Caleb here. We got Ryan Dog. Ryan Doji. I don't know. Hope you're doing well. Who else have we got with us here tonight? Scratch Burno is here. We got Michael Sullivan here with us. We got Sam here. Yeah, smash that like button, y'all. And we've got RJ Skarinki. How you doing tonight, sir? Thank you all for being here, hanging out with us, and what have you. There's Alan. What's up, Alan? Geriatric Geek is here. We're gonna have to get you on one of these streams sometime soon. I think it's about time. What's up, Corey? I did that Halloween 2 light up, man. You did a Halloween 1 pumpkin for me, too. We got Scarlett here. How you doing tonight, Scarlett? We have got Gabby here as well. Mead shall arise. Nice. Let me bring on tonight's panel. First up, we have Swaggy G with us. How you doing tonight, man?
Great. Thanks for having me, Piz. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. I trust that you have another moment of swag.
You know, one thing that I will say is try to stay away from tree branches. They will jack you up.
They will. They hurt. You forget they're there, and they remind you really quick that they're still there. So that's just how I roll. But Swaggy, you're rocking a cap tonight. You got. I can't tell if that's a Lacoste shirt or not, but you're looking swaggy as always.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, man.
Are you wearing a cap because you also headbutted a tree?
No, I'm just going bald. So,
okay.
Yeah, I just cover it up that way. Yeah.
Well, it just shows you've got a lot of testosterone floating around. That you're just a lot of tests in your system.
Yeah, I've heard that there is something to that, but I don't know. It's just I think of all the problems, I can live with that one.
Sure. You'd always wear a hat. It's a cool hat. So.
Yeah, that's what I go with now. I'm close to start shaving it off. I've thought about that, but I just haven't really made that final leap. I'm afraid if I go that far, it won't ever grow back. So
some women, they say, love bald men. They find bald men quite virile. Maybe it's because of the height and test. I don't know. But ladies in the chat, how do you feel about bald men?
I will say probably if you go through the actors, Billy Zane, a good looking bald guy. Mm-hmm. Bruce Willis, he went kind of early with that.
Mm-hmm. He did.
I'm sure there's probably some few others that I could think of, but those are the two that really stand out to me.
Curly Howard of the Three Stooges.
Yes. Okay. All right. Going old school there.
He was a ladies' man. So there you go. But it's always glad to have you here with us, Swag.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Also joining me tonight, we have got from the Flesh Wound Features YouTube channel, Dan. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Piz? I see you've got a flesh wound tonight.
I do, yeah. From my
tree incident.
The tree incident, that's right, yeah.
At least it's not an Evil Dead situation. It could always be worse.
Thank goodness. I know. Thank goodness. Yeah.
Bright side of life.
That always makes always makes the situation worse when the tree is alive and it tries to do bad things to you. So
Yes.
Pulls you apart.
yeah, not good. Not good. How have you been, Dan?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad you were streaming tonight. I'm getting ready to leave for LA, so wasn't sure depending on the date. So glad to be here.
All right, cool. Yeah, and you're going out for a wrestling event, right?
Yes, Symphony for Destruction, the XPW event, and the big thing that I've always been teasing is happening. So that will be a lot of fun. So I'm excited.
Cool. Well, look, the chat has spoken here. Hot Billy Zane is insane handsome. Bald man are hot. Vin Diesel. Gabby reminds us of Jason Statham.
Ah.
Yeah, he's been rocking that for a while. Yeah.
Jess, definitely for bald guys. Reggie reminds us of Telly Savalas, of course. Patrick Stewart. Ben Kingsley. You know, I mean, come on.
It's should take this hat off now. My God.
Be proud, man. Just be proud. Let it all out there.
Never know.
Yeah. Well, good to see you, Dan. Always a pleasure to have you here with us.
Pleasure to be here.
Joining me also tonight from Texas, all the way in Texas. We got Chris, not the tallest Chris tonight. But you're always the tallest Chris. You're always the tallest Chris. But you're JT cover band Dick Bricklayer tonight.
So like a John Carpenter cover band Dick Bricklayer.
Ah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I thought of it because we went to go see it at the Alamo Draft House on Saturday. So it's like, we went to go see The Thing. On Saturday, and I was like, maybe think of that. John Carpenter had a cover band. What would the name of the cover band be? I was like, Dick Bricklayer.
Dick Bricklayer. That's a good one. How was watching The Thing on the big screen? I'm guessing was it 35 millimeter? What was it? What were we talking about here?
I think it was a 4K DVD. It felt like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really. It changed what I thought about the movie in a more positive way, because you can really get more absorbed into it because you're just there. You can't play on your phone. You can't do anything. You have to be there with the movie. Mm-hmm. As well as I didn't realize Copper, the doctor, has a nose ring. I never noticed that before until I saw it on the big screen.
I don't know if I've ever noticed that.
Yeah, it's subtleties.
Yeah,
got to pick up.
I was paying more attention to like the tentacles growing out.
Exactly.
People's chests opening up and eating people's hands and stuff. I was paying more attention to that. I guess. I don't know, but but always good to see you, Chris. Hope you're doing well.
Exactly, I'm doing good. I'm avoiding trees as a tall person, as you understand.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Swaggy, for that sound advice.
It's dangerous out there. If you're tall, trees, I mean, they're waiting for you. They really are. They're
Sometimes you could get wrapped up in your phone, and you're looking down, and you got to keep that head up, man.
It wasn't even the phone for me. It was just like, let's get out of the car and go watch the crow. Did it and boom. Yeah. So insult to injury.
You should see the tree.
I should really. Yeah. I mean,
was the tree trying to save you and warn you, like, hey, don't go in there, buddy?
Possibly. I mean, yeah. I didn't heed its warning though. Certainly. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it didn't knock me unconscious, and that would have stopped me from watching it. But no, I think even if I was unconscious, Jeremy would have dragged me because there was no doubt he was going to watch that thing, hell or high water. So, geez, Pete. Well, let's talk about some recent watches. Have you seen anything good lately, or bad, or indifferent, Swaggy?
Oh yeah, I saw something excellent. Oddity.
Okay.
To me, it was true. I haven't seen half of what Flesh Wound Dan sees or what you see, but that to me was probably one of my favorites of the year. Probably the favorite. I liked it over Long Legs. I liked it over Maxine. It for it to be such a it's a low budget movie. The sets are nothing to brag about, but it's got some creepiness in there. And it would be really good a second time because I'm sure there's stuff I didn't catch. Because sometimes I'm like, what are they exactly they doing here? So and that I don't want to throw out anything, but it's worth the watch.
Check out Caveat, the director's earlier film. It takes place in the same universe.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that then. Yeah,
and that one's on Shudder. If you've got Shudder,
yeah,
you should definitely see Caveat. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that one. It's not playing anywhere near me, but I think I read somewhere that it's going to be on streaming pretty soon. So,
yeah,
I don't think it was in the theaters for very long.
Hopefully, it'll be streaming soon, so I can check it out. All I've heard is great things about it. So,
highly recommend that one. Yeah,
good, very very good. Chris, have you seen anything good lately? Bad, indifferent?
Really only The Thing. It's been busy for me this month with work. So I haven't really chance to get out that much. Actually, no, take it back. Good, seen The Thing. Bad, but so bad, fucking hilarious, Trap. I saw Trap.
That's another one. I wanted to see that one in theaters, but then I kind of hesitated, and so now I'm just going to wait for streaming. All I've heard is like
it's fine waiting for streaming. It's fine, but it's just so hilariously bad.
I've heard it's that's sort of the things I've heard was, but like I mean that's kind of, I expected it to be like silly and out there and like it's M. Night Shyamalan, so there's got to be some kind of off the wall twist and
there's no twist.
That's the twist, I guess, right?
The twist, exactly.
No twist.
Damn. See, I was hoping like there'd be something wild in there, like it's.
See, I was waiting for that the entire time to justify how dumb this movie was, but there was really no big twist except for how dumb everything really was.
Dumb as in like the setup of the movie. It has a lot of plot holes in it. In that
the
sense.
Beginning, middle, and end.
Beginning, middle, end. Yeah, basically all the characters' chosen actions that led to this event.
Yes, nepotism too with the casting.
Yes,
big nepotism on display.
That's one thing that kills me is whenever characters make such terrible decisions to push the movie.
Well, it's not just one. It's every single person. It's kind of like, really? You're doing this? I mean, I was really hoping to be a fun twist because the FBI person, the profiler who's trying to catch Josh Hartnett, is Haley Mills, famous for The Parent Trap. But no, just wasted.
Oh, man. I'm still looking forward to seeing it when it comes on streaming because
just wait to stream. It's fun.
I'm in the mood for a good, goofy, ridiculous time. So, well.
I'll definitely check it out. I'll wait on that one
though. Dan, I know you. I know you just got back from The Crow, and you can't wait to heap praise on it. But what about other stuff you've seen recently?
Well, there's some love for it in the chat. Strange Darling is fantastic. I highly recommend that one. Really good serial killer movie. It'll be on a lot of best of lists at the end of the year. That one was excellent.
I don't think I've even heard of Strange Darling. Is that one in theaters or?
Theaters, yeah, that one's in theaters right now. I don't think it's super limited, so hopefully you guys have it playing near you. But a lot of buzz, and I think it's going to grow even more, particularly as it hits VOD. I don't want to give anything away, but great cast, great supporting cast. Barbara Hershey, Ed Begley Jr. pop up in it. It's really, really unique, and I mean, it's at least on par with Long Legs, I would say. I know not everybody likes Long Legs. I'd actually say Strange Darling might be a safer bet for a lot of people. So
okay.
make sure you don't sleep on that. It was good. And yeah, Vispian mentions Kyle Gallner, not a household name, but should be great actor.
Okay.
Yeah, avoid the trailer if you can. I don't think it really gives anything away, but yeah, just watch it. It's a safe bet for all of you guys.
And speaking of trailers, I've seen the trailers literally played before every movie I've seen in the theater this year. It's the one with James McAvoy with a little kid who's got his tongue cut off.
Speak no evil.
Speak no evil. I feel like I've seen that movie 25 times now because literally the trailers everywhere, and like the trailers is like the whole movie.
Trailer now for the movies, and it's still terrible.
It's
like
a
that
remake.
one. That one to me, like every time I see it, I'm waiting for M. Night Shyamalan's name to pop on it. Then I'm like, oh yeah, he didn't do that one. That one looks like an M. Night Shyamalan movie to me. But yeah, I've seen that trailer so many times. It's like I've seen the whole movie multiple times.
You can quote the trailer.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's been like 6 months, it feels like. I watched the original. I guarantee you they're not going to do the same ending. I would be shocked if they did. But the original is very good. So
is it what country is it from?
I believe it's Dutch. If I recall, I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was Dutch. I think that's also on Shudder. I know it was. Yeah, Shudder. I think Bearded Sloth says it still is.
Okay.
But yeah, the original is fantastic. And I think this is going to be beat for beat. And they're just going to not do the good ending. It's a very non-American ending in that original film. And I just don't think they're going to go there. If you've seen the original, it's kind of pointless. So
I might have to check that out. I've never seen that one.
Yeah. I just made a note of it. Katie says she just finally watched I Saw the TV Glow tonight. It turned me into an emotional wreck. Wasn't expecting that. I like that movie a lot.
I did as well. Another one. This is a weird year. Everything's kind of splitting people. Longlegs is a masterpiece, or they hate it. It's I Saw the TV Glow, though. I really enjoyed. In fact, I don't know if he's listening, but I believe Slasher Home Video's favorite of the year so far.
Oh wow. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I watched that movie with like a big smile on my face through most of it. There's just something about the mood and the vibe, and I don't know. I was just digging the hell out of it. And Katie, look into that director's first film. We're All Going to the World's Fair. I really like that one too. Let's see. What have I seen recently? Jeremy and I went and watched Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
I enjoyed it. Jeremy, I think Jeremy needed some. I had to talk him into it. Like the Marvel stuff just isn't really his thing anymore. But I talked him into it, and for the first like maybe half of the movie, he was just kind of sitting there like, didn't get too excited. And then Blade walks on screen, and he's like, Blade. So that kind of got him into, and that's kind of, for me, that's kind of when the movie kind of kicks in too. Is like you start getting all the cool cameos, and like it was cool seeing Tyler Mane as Sabretooth again for all of the 2 seconds he was in it. They should have, that fight should have lasted a little longer. I think, that was a wasted opportunity.
I think that was the joke kind of stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, all those cameos I thought were pretty cool. The fourth wall breaks and all the snarky jokes. It's a little tiring to me, but yeah, I mean, that's who Deadpool is, I guess. But somebody mentioned in our review of it, they were like, this movie's not going to age well. This movie's very dated because of all the references and because of all the cameos and all that. And I think for a movie like this, dating it isn't that bad. Like some movies I think are better that they're kind of dated of a specific time and place. And I think Deadpool's kind of like, Deadpool might be that the point in like the Marvel Disney era where they're like, there's the shift. Like maybe we'll get some better Marvel stuff going forward. You know,
Well, I hope so. I mean, I saw Deadpool Wolverine as well. I really enjoyed it. But I also feel like I heard some review somewhere talk about how this movie is a meta commentary on the audience enjoying these comic book movies, kind of stuff like that. How they're just gonna, get rid of certain things that don't fit the narrative anymore, or just do whatever kind of stuff like that. And then overplaying multiverses. Well, yeah, so I have to find the review again, but yeah, it felt like it made elevate it a little bit for me.
Yeah. Because didn't Deadpool say at one point like multiverses? Isn't that all like like I think he made some kind of commentary like multiple timelines and like really do we need this anymore? Isn't
nothing
that old?
has any consequence now?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
just
you could go back in
back.
time. Yeah.
It's cheap.
And I did like he did make some commentary. Like Logan had a great ending. Like that death in Logan, him at the end of Logan. That was the perfect goodbye to Logan. But then of course, they got to bring him back here. But how do you do that without you dig up his corpse and you beat people to death with his bones. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, that's, I think even like the most hardcore, like Wolverine, Logan, whatever fan would go, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And the other thing that stood out to me was like when Deadpool goes, he's going to be making these things till he's 90. He will probably, because this isn't it. He's going to be back.
Well, no, that's why I feel like it's a great commentary on it, because till you're 90, he kept that joke several times. And then what happened after this movie came out? RDJ is gonna be Doctor Doom till you're 90.
Right. But look at when they go back to Hugh Jackman to return, he needs to go, what you paid Robert Downey Jr., I want that.
Yes.
Plus, you know what I mean? Shout out to Sean Adams. Thank you for becoming a channel member. You're hanging out in Demon's Outhouse. Be careful out there. It's dangerous. It is dangerous out there.
Ooh, baby. Ooh,
But thank you, sir. Thank you. And Bronson, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Yes, the Beetlejuice review. We're going to be talking about Beetlejuice here in just a little bit. So, oh goodness. I also saw, and Dan, I know you enjoyed Stream, the new survival horror slasher from the Terrifier team. I know you and the Flesh Wound guys liked it. I didn't really care for it. That one's kind of in limited release. I think they're hoping that it'll kind of catch on the same way Terrifier 2 did and grow. I don't know if that's happening or not.
It's very meat and potatoes. I mean, you can predict the entire movie. I even predicted like the end scene. So it's not the most original film, but if you're just looking for a hack and slash, it's fun. I also appreciated at least some of these name actors. I think maybe you mentioned this in your review, Death House, where they built that as the Expendables of horror, and it's an awful movie that people just pop up for 2 seconds. This one, you get your Jeffrey Combs and your Danielle Harris fix, and I thought the kills were pretty clever.
Jeffrey Combs was the bright spot for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I wasn't. Yeah,
it's not going to make any top 10s, but I had fun with it.
Let's see if anything else new I've seen recently. Go ahead.
I was going to say is, you bring up Jeffrey Combs, and we're about to talk about Beetlejuice. Are we going to not slip down the path again?
Let's. If I do, please step in and correct me. I don't want to go down that path again.
Break our hearts.
Yeah, my God. I remember looking at Chris Slasher Home Video's face, and I was thinking like, damn, I didn't know he was that big of a Jeffrey Jones fan, but because he was just completely like brokenhearted, crestfallen. Like, and I'm thinking like, damn, he really must love Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something.
Gonna go burn my Reanimator laser disc.
Yeah. And then somebody said, "Do you mean Jeffrey Jones?" I was like, "Wait a minute, who am I saying here?" So, Oh, geez, yeah, that was embarrassing.
Walk up to him at a convention, pull a glove off, slap him. You broke my heart, Jeffrey Combs.
Canceled.
I heard what you did on that guy's stream. Oh my god! Next thing you know, I'm in court. Jeez, Lord have mercy. How you doing, TCCK Gaming? How you doing?
That's such an honest mistake too. Like it's just such a easy thing just to slip of the tongue, and it's just like, but it's so damaging.
Jeffrey Combs, sex pest. TM.
Our source is like just a picture of me going
Exposed.
exposed. Yeah, exactly. Did anybody see Alien Romulus?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Yes, I actually went to the theater. Check that one out. Yeah.
What was your thoughts on Romulus, Swaggy?
It was good in the fact that it was back to an alien movie. It pulled together Prometheus. It had a little bit too much of stuff from the previous movies. I thought that was a little bit unnecessary. Well done movie. The look of it was excellent. The sounds, the sets. The one actor who I believe his character's name was Andy.
Oh yeah,
he was the standout to me. He was the movie. It's entertaining. I love that franchise, so I give it a bump just for that. But let's not get too excited here. Let's keep it in reality. I know we live in a time where everything is either the best or the worst, or but it was fine. It was good.
Yeah. Dan, give us your thoughts. I've got to run real quick, but I'll be right back. Dan, give us your thoughts
on Romulus. Yeah,
Romulus.
Mixed bag. I enjoyed it. I actually really like the first 4 movies. I'm somebody that enjoys all 4. I love the oddball tone of Alien Resurrection. You can tell it wasn't an American director that made that movie. The cast wasn't as big of an issue as I was expecting, particularly with their age. I was very worried about that. Most of them are kind of expendable, but I enjoyed the brother-sister relationship with you mentioned Andy, the android, and all of that. I thought there was more good than bad. It didn't blow my mind, but I enjoyed it better than the Alien versus Predator movies. And for me, the way I hold those first 4 in high regard, I'd say it was a win. And I got one of the popcorn buckets, which
nice.
I don't know if you guys followed eBay, particularly the Regal one that lights up. That thing is going for like over $200.
Jesus.
That thing's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that one?
No, I got the face hugger one at AMC that wraps around the.
That's still a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the second coolest. I probably should have gone to Regal though.
When Jeremy and I went to watch Romulus, I asked the kid behind the counter, like, you wouldn't happen to have any more of those buckets left? He looked at me like I was an alien, like I just walked off of a ship. Like he goes,
yeah,
no. Like, but you mentioned eBay. If you look on eBay, there's listings, like, and some of the listings will show like, X amount sold.
Yeah.
I've seen listings for those popcorn buckets where people have sold hundreds. How does one person get even a single 100 of these buckets?
So you most take likely it off the truck and quit your AMC job.
Exactly. Or you know the manager of an AMC, you just buy the case.
Exactly. I went in on Thursday, so opening night. I wasn't the first showing, but I was like the second showing. By the time I got out, those buckets were gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jeremy and I went opening Friday, the earliest matinee they had, and they were already gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, and look on eBay; those things are going for crazy money. And again, like just people who have sold dozens and dozens, or literally hundreds of the things, And I'm just like, how does one person get that freaking many? That's crazy.
It's an inside job.
I guess.
I always wanted to work at the movie theater.
Yeah.
But clearly, I mean, if they've sold hundreds of them for 3 times what they paid, per, because I think the buckets were like what, $35 or something, 35 bucks.
The AMC one was $28.99. I'm sure the Regal one was a little bit higher, probably 40.
So I mean, they've made a nice little profit off of these things. So
yeah.
I mean, they look cool, but I'm not dropping $100 for one. Just like,
no. I know Pugs was lucky. He was one of the few that got all 3. He sent people out and he got all 3 buckets, but nope, I just got the one, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah. So I liked the movie. I said in my review, I was like, I liked the movie. I didn't love it. There were individual like good scenes in it, but there were so many times in that movie where it was reminding me of even better Alien movies.
That's true. Yeah.
So like you have, you've got, and I don't think this is a spoiler at this point. I mean, you've got the droid from the original Alien.
Yeah.
It's a different droid, but it's the same.
Like
it's
model?
the same. Yeah, it's the same model, right? But it's the CGI'd face of Ian Holm.
That was awful. I don't know why.
The CGI is awful. The CGI is horrible.
Like Grand Moff Tarkin?
No, that was much better.
Oh, geez.
That was better. In my opinion, that was better. This looked really bad, I thought.
And it wasn't just for a shot. He pops up a good bit, and it's like, this is taking me out of it. Why?
Maybe that was intentional? Like make it the uncanny valley for the android? I don't know.
I don't think so. My main issue is that, and like I get it. I remember the lines that I loved from the original movies. You don't have to repeat every goddamn one. You're good. You're good.
See, do you think they do that because they think the people watching this movie have never seen the other ones? So they're like, that line is so good, we got to throw that in there.
Oh,
for
no.
these people
No,
that have never seen it.
It's for the people who will cheer in the audience at the theater. It's for them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but at the same time, it's because like I don't remember that kind of fan service in Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead. Like he took that premise and he made it his own. That's why I like his Evil Dead. But like here again, like every so often, like, oh, there's the Alien 3 where like it's like right next to her face, and it's like, that shot from Alien 3. There's the get away from her, you bitch, scene. There were several others that just kind of reminded me of Alien and Aliens, which are just better movies. So I don't know. I think it's a weird, like, clearly Fede Alvarez is a fan of those movies. He's inspired by those movies, but it's like, I don't know if it's like the studio says, well, you have to do this, or if he's just like such a fan that he wants to throw those in for his own little kicks, or I don't know. I do definitely think all that Prometheus tying into the movie, that was Ridley Scott. Like, look, you, if you want me on this thing, if you want me to say nice things about this thing, you've got to tie it into my stuff, my Prometheus and Covenant. And so they half-heartedly, it just feels so tacked on. Like that ending just felt really tacked on to me.
Did they escape from a giant wheel?
No. But when you see the movie, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. You'll know exactly what we're talking about. I still liked it, but I mean, it was fun, and that was it. And Jeremy liked it a lot, so it's all good. But I do want to talk more about just fan service in general here momentarily. I do want to mention some very, very sad news that I heard just before we went live. Sid Udi, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, Sid, the master and ruler of the world, has passed away at 63 years old. Had no idea he was sick. He'd apparently battled cancer for years. and he lost that battle, I think, just today. So very sad. That's a guy who, like, I mean, he was like the original, like, Invader, because like he was in WCW, then he was in WWF. He just like jumped back and forth constantly, it seemed like. But yeah, you couldn't. He was great look, great sort of just. He had that, you know, he walked through the curtain and you're just like, whoa, who is this freaking guy, you know? And the promos, the wild promos he would go on, and like in the dying days of WCW, he was kind of one of the bright spots, at least for me. And this is why. When I hear someone mention Goldberg, all I hear is Sid screaming, Goldberg, Goldberg. So
I
The
hate
half a
that
brain
WCW logo. Whenever they redid that, gosh, I hate that logo.
The half a brain promo, that was funny. He was also there during the great oh gosh, what was that botch? The guy falls through the freaking wall. Who was that?
Shockmaster.
Oh, Shockmaster. That's right, he was. And he had to sell it still, too.
Poor guy.
And he did. Somehow he managed to keep a straight face. And like he's yelling at the guy, I'm gonna get you. While he's like picking up his stormtrooper helmet and putting it back on, you know.
My favorite thing about that was a young Cody Rhodes, who's close to Shockmaster, leaning over to his dad, and he's like, Uncle Fred fell down. Yes, he did, son.
But Sid had some great matches. Like I remember his match with Shawn Michaels was really good, and he was way over. He was way over. So I mean, like I don't know, he was, yeah. So I don't know, he had that when he broke his leg. That's still like one of the most. That's like the worst injury, like, you know, because you've seen people like, you know, they've been injured worse, you know what I mean? They've been debilitated in the ring, but like seeing his leg and it, you know, and
very, very few people came back from that type of injury. And I mean, he never had a run on top again, but he did come back. It's a tough dude. That leg was snapped in half.
And like when he's laying there and he lifts his leg up to look at it and it's just completely sideways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boy, but yeah, the doctor told him, like, you'll never run again. You'll never play softball again. And he goes, we'll see. And he ran again. He played softball again. And he even came back like one of those he wrestled. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He worked the indies for a little bit. I think his legacy is very strong. It's a shame he didn't get to go into the Hall of Fame. Maybe the cancer had something to do with that, but I hope he goes in now.
Yeah, I do too.
I think so. Also, I was going to say is he's the only one I could think of that can be that intimidating with a Jerry curl.
Yeah, that's true. It was like a mullet Jerry curl too. You know?
It was always dripping wet too.
That's just the intensity dripping off of him, you know.
Yeah, he was a good character. Yeah,
just pure testosterone.
That moment where he flubbed his line and then leans over, can we do another take? He's like, we're live, pal.
Yeah, God, that's so funny. Yeah, he just picks right back up. Can we do that again? We are live. Let me tell you.
Nobody know where John Stalsa was when he was reported dead.
Psycho Sid.
I know, he was great. He was great.
He was intense. I like that. You know,
he was.
The Arn Anderson incident where he almost died.
Yeah.
And Vader had to stick his fingers in his wound just to keep him from bleeding out. Like, wow.
Yeah, craziness. But there's a lot of love in the chat for Sid. I'm glad we're seeing love for Sid in the chat. That's great. That's great. Sid and his manager, Harvey Whippleman.
Yes.
Yeah. R.I.P. Sid. Sad. Sad. Oh Lord. He was in Ready to Rumble too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you can find it, but there was a funny back and forth years ago with him and Cameron of the Funkadactyls over less than unpleasant smelling nether regions. I'll just tease it that way. And
oh really? This was real, or this was
an actual back and forth on social media about her disrespecting the business, and it's funny.
I'll have to look into that one. Wow.
Dan, do you know what people said about him? Like how he was personally, or
I mean, I didn't know him, but I've met
Yeah.
him like a couple times at events. Very friendly guy, very. He is just as intimidating. Again, not that he was mean. Just you would look at him and you feel like you're seeing the guy that's actually in the ring that you watch on TV. That's not always the case with pro wrestlers, but he had an aura about him. Look, some of the promos a little over the top, but he had something about him that just drew you to him. Legit beast. I mean, scary man.
He's got the physique. That was like, he was just huge. I mean, like Batista looking. I mean,
but yeah, you look when he came back for that one match with Heath Slater when he was doing the Legends gimmick. And I'm like, he's older, but he still looks like a goddamn beast.
He looked legitimately, So, Letterboxd. Yeah, I've got a Letterboxd. Everybody, if you've got a Letterboxd, let us know what your username is in the chat. We'll do a Letterboxd. But here's another classic Sid moment that involves go back. I looked for my leather vest. I wanted to wear my leather vest tonight as a tribute to Sid, but I couldn't find it.
They should have just kept that going. Just every week, he goes to his car and it just blows up, or just finds it just getting carried out by a giant crane or something on a Con Air,
little Hot Wheels car.
Yeah, there's a Hot Wheels left in his spot. Go back.
Like $5 million in the hole of these cars. Why don't I buy insurance?
Oh God. Oh man. R.I.P. Goldberg. R.I.P. Sid. R.I.P. Sid. And listen, if Sid had ever got his hands on you, Goldberg, it'd been R.I.P. Goldberg. All right. You're lucky. Anywho. Let's talk about the Crow. We've got to talk about the Crow. Dan, I know you saw it. Swaggy, Chris, have you guys been to see it?
Nope, not yet.
And Chris, you've never even seen the original Crow.
Nope, have not.
Sam, why have you allowed this to continue, Sam? This needs to be remedied immediately. So the Crow, and I think some people probably forget the fact that this Crow remake was in the works for like a decade or longer. Like at one point, Jason Momoa was going to be the Crow. At one point, Bradley Cooper was going to be the Crow. I think they maybe
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston was going to be the Crow. The guy who played Luke Evans, was going to be the Crow. Yeah. So this thing's been around for a long freaking time. And then finally, somehow it seemed to take flight with Rupert Sanders. Is that just Rupert Sanders, right?
Yeah, Sanders, yeah.
And Bill Skarsgård as Eric Draven. And it got postponed, of course, the release. I think there were some reshoots, but it finally flew into theaters this past weekend and immediately sank like a stone. So Dan, give us your thoughts on The Crow.
Well, the first film I think is fantastic. The look, the story, just the visuals, the city, just being a character in and of itself. I really do believe that movie is close to perfect. One thing that this doesn't have, number one, the city.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel that. It's not a bad looking movie. It's just, that first film, you just get sucked into the world. This doesn't have that. Is it the worst thing ever made? No. There's a lot of overreaction to it, if I'm being honest. But the villain, I would also throw that out there. Danny Houston and the villains that surround him. Again, good actor. But you go back to that first movie. I mean, Michael Wincott was just fantastic. And everybody that surrounded him, from Michael Massey, Bai Ling, everybody was memorable. Tony Todd, absolutely. John Polito. I mean, just everybody in that movie was on their A game. This is not awful. The whole opera fight scene didn't really feel like it was a Crow movie, but that was entertaining. It's actually gory as hell. If you're in it for the gore, a lot of people get chopped up in the finale, but it's just more generic than anything. One thing, I didn't get that sense of the love story that would bring, he would brave hell to come back for this girl. Because they really, in the movie, you spend a lot of time with them, but they've only known each other for, I don't know, a couple days, something like that.
I said a week.
Yeah, so, and I don't even think it was a week, but yeah, very small amount of time that they escaped this rehab center. And I think they would have had a little more goodwill if they didn't make him Eric Draven. I don't think there's any reason to do that. Yeah. I mean, you could call this, I guess, a retelling, I suppose. What's funny, when you go back to that first film, we don't spend a lot of time with Eric Draven and Shelley.
No.
But we feel that pain. Like, we feel it. I'm not saying Brandon Lee is a masterclass actor, but I believe him doing whatever it takes to avenge that death. This one, I don't know. Something was just off. I thought Bill Skarsgård was good. FKA Twigs, I thought she was actually pretty good too. Very, very pretty lady, and I thought she was a solid actress. But I didn't believe it. I just didn't. And as far as the music too, now I'm getting older. I'm pushing 40, so this might just be an old thing. But I thought, the original soundtrack was great. City of Angels, I think even Salvation was pretty good. Crow is known for that iconic music. This one, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear much of a soundtrack. No. I don't think that this poster is going up on, teenage boys and girls' walls. Like,
no.
Anybody in my age range, you knew somebody with a Crow poster.
Oh, yeah.
Usually. Now, I will say, overreaction, I don't think it's a miserable movie. It's not the worst Crow movie. There you go. Yeah, Scarlett. That movie is just so special. And this could have been. But I'm seeing headlines. It's funny. Piz, you're the only actual review I've seen so far. I got to watch it right when I got home. And I'm seeing headlines like bird shit. This killed my inner goth kid. My favorite. It's not that bad. It has moments. It's just generic. And it's disappointing to me. It doesn't hold a candle to the original. It's a lot better than Wicked Prayer. I'll give it that much. And yeah, that's about all I can say about it. But not Bill Skarsgård's fault, not FK Twig's fault. Like, they were good. They just needed established a little bit more than just I'm smitten with you and now I'm gonna come back from the dead.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I've seen like little snippets of interviews with Skarsgård about this movie, and like you can tell, like he's just like, it's fun. Yeah. He's like, just get this thing away from me. Let me move on, But yeah, like the original Crow, if you weren't around when that thing came out, that movie's kind of lightning in a bottle. It was, you had an incredible, visual director, very
yeah.
stylistic approach to it. And like that city, that hell that it takes place in. That's
Yeah.
like a lot of miniatures and stuff too. There's just some beautiful production design there. They shot that thing in North Carolina, so they made North Carolina look like Detroit post-apocalyptic hell,
Yeah.
So you had, and like some movies, like they try to be dark or they think they're dark. Like The Crow had a legitimately just dark, gothic, gritty look and feel to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
this
I've
was
seen
window dressing.
dressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny because there have been scripts. There was the Western post-apocalyptic Crow at one point that I thought would have been good, and that would have at least stood out. I've only read James O'Barr's original. I mean, I haven't delved into any recent stuff, but I think there's a female Crow at one point. I would have been fine with that. Like, it just, you lost a lot of goodwill with Eric Draven. I know some people are complaining about the drug addict stuff. I didn't have any issues with that. He didn't have to necessarily be the rock star sort of thing, but I don't know. It has its moments, but it's just another throwaway.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah. I mean, everything about that original movie is just it's iconic, and it's very much kind of, we were talking about movies that are kind of that are of their time or dated or whatever. Like this one, I don't know if it kind of does feel 90s to me, because especially because of the soundtrack. This is one of the best soundtracks of all time, and it's such an eclectic mix of genres, because you've got goth, you've got industrial, you've got metal, you've got punk. It's everything is on there. And like you said, like I mean, Brandon Lee's performance, of course, is iconic. He passed away while making the movie. That makes it even more, iconic. And the movie opens with his resurrection, and we see everything with Shelley in flashbacks, and yet we still feel
it hurts.
It hurts. We feel that. We feel it. This Crow, we got the first act of the movie is Eric and Shelley together, and it's just like I couldn't wait for it to be over. I didn't think they had any chemistry. Those two had no chemistry together. They're having like just dumb conversations in a bathtub smoking a joint, and they have sex a few times, and it's like, I'll come back from the dead for you. I'll be a mass murderer for you. I'll swap my soul for you. Like, you've known her for a week, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And too, like both of y'all have talked. I haven't seen the movie, but that seems like that can easily be fixed. Like they could have just wrote that differently, and at least given it a little bit more substance.
Yeah.
I
have a feeling we might hear once some time has passed, like a lot of this movie was reshoots and Frankenstein together, and like there's a whole other movie that's on the cutting room floor. A lot of stuff got cut out and a lot of stuff got added, and yeah, it's just the original Crow to me is perfect. It's the kind of movie that I don't watch very often, because it's legitimately sad. Like it just puts me in a dark place. I think it's brilliant. I love everything about it, but it's not one I watch regularly because of that. But this one was just so, like, I mean, generic and needless, and like you said, no soundtrack. The only song I remember was like that Enya song when he finally turns into the Crow at the very end. He starts putting on the paint, the ink or whatever. I mean, that's the best part of the movie once he goes to the opera. And like you said, that it didn't even really feel like a Crow movie. It felt like John Wick, but where John Wick can take 1,000,000 bullets and not die. So
yeah,
I did enjoy it though. There's a scene where one character gets their arm cut off and then their head.
I heard Jeremy popped for that. Yeah,
erupted with laughter in the theater. Just started cracking up in the middle of the theater. And
Yeah.
like I did notice him yawn a couple of times during that first act, and I was like, maybe he's not gonna like this one. But I think all that body count in the third act, like saved the movie for Jeremy, I think. But
very loud opera, I guess, with the like this mass murder going on outside the door.
yeah,
But
literally,
yeah.
World War III is going on outside the door. Nobody hears a thing over the show.
The thing about the original too is James O'Barr did lose his true love. Like, I mean, like that you can feel that in the material. And I think it's just like you said, lightning in a bottle. Just let it go now, or do something completely different. I like that whole Western post-apocalyptic idea. It's got to stand out and feel like a totally different movie. Don't touch Eric Draven again. You're just pissing off the fans who will review bomb you. I'm not saying that it's not deserved, maybe, but that was just dumb. Just let Brandon Lee have Eric Draven. You can create new characters and try and do something different this time or next time, which probably will be a while.
Probably will be a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the sequels, a lot of people were like, oh, well, there's been bad sequels. Why are you so pissy about the remake? And it's like, because they weren't Eric Draven and Shelley, and look, I'll defend the Crow City of Angels to no end. I love the Crow City of Angels. I know it's not perfect. I know
more memorable villains in that too.
Yeah. I mean, I know Harvey Scissorhands had his hands in that one. He somehow left the Crow alone, but then he was all over the Crow too, like wanting this changed and that changed and everything rearranged and whatnot. So, but yeah. And then, once you get into Salvation and especially Wicked Prayer, it's like, ooh, yeah.
Good heroes gotta have good villains.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's just as important.
And Danny Houston, like you said, really good actor, but like he's got nothing to work with, and they give him this fakakta supernatural ability where he steals people's souls, like, and then they don't even use that really. There's like a weapon. Well, they kind of do as a weapon, but the Crow just shrugs it off pretty much, and it's like
it's different, I guess, but pretty underdeveloped. You could have put anybody in there and just had them snarl. you would have been fine. But yeah, it's sorry guys, not relaunching the franchise.
Yeah, not happy. And it grossed a lump sum of $4.6 million opening weekend. Not good. Only a $50 million budget, but 4.6. It's not making it up. It's not gonna
make it.
It's not going to cross 20. It's not going to get close, I don't think, to even 20.
I know it's fighting for the bottom with Borderlands right now on Rotten Tomatoes for the worst of the year, critic-wise.
Single digits.
Yep.
Jeez. The head's healing up, Claire. It's healing up. It's getting there.
That's one thing I've always wondered. Let's just take The Crow, for example. Whenever that movie comes out, and that main actor sees that movie, and, I can't speak for him. I know he didn't make the movie. He didn't edit the movie. But it's just like, wow, this did not turn out like it should have. Like this was not what I saw on the script was not it. I've always wondered what the reaction is.
Just based on Skarsgård, how his demeanor in these interviews, I think he just wants this one to be behind him. So and like, let's focus on Nosferatu, because this is his second big flop of the year.
Yeah, Boy Kills World.
Yeah, this is.
I know Lauren liked that one. I just like that video game voice gimmick. I'm like, I don't think I can sit through that.
I kind of want to see it, but I'm not like, running to watch it.
Yeah.
So
he's a good actor too.
I think he is a good actor. I don't know.
Nosferatu can't miss with that.
Nosferatu, yeah. No, can't miss. Now the director of The Crows, Rupert Sanders or whatever, he's been trying to defend it on social media and saying that the people who are calling it these bad things should go out and touch grass and blah blah blah. So yeah.
It killed my inner goth kid. Did make me laugh quite hard.
Yeah. My inner goth kid is now like in church. Okay. They're full on Southern Baptist now.
Wiping the face paint off and just
exactly. Yeah. Wipe the
Putting
face
on
paint
our-
off.
our
Knocking on
Sunday
doors,
best.
trying to spread the good word.
That's it. They changed. They traded out the white face paint for the Ash Wednesday. You know. So. Anyway, let's move on. Bronson mentioned Beetlejuice earlier. I went back and rewatched the original Beetlejuice just the other night. And watching that movie as an adult is a completely different experience than watching it as a kid. You notice a lot of like that movie was PG rated in '88. That movie would be like R today because there's some weird, there's like some, I mean, it's not too hardcore, but like when you watch it as an adult, you're going like, wow, I don't remember, I don't remember Beetlejuice being this risque,
Pervy.
and I don't remember, pervy, exactly, yeah. And like, and also like it does not paint a pretty picture of the afterlife. So it's a lot darker than like as a kid, I'm just going like, man, this Beetlejuice is hilarious. Like he can do no wrong. You know what I mean?
They had that. Did you watch the cartoon?
Of course,
I did.
Yeah.
There was the cartoon. There was a whole like, I mean, it was Beetlejuice was everywhere. They had toys. They had everything.
Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Little Beetlejuice tours and stuff like that. He's like a little MC guy.
And like that's kind of like one thing that's always been concerning about Beetlejuice is like, will they be that risque now? Can they be that risque now? Will it be that dark now? Or is it, like that's something that really concerns me about Beetlejuice. Because it's like, I think because like Tim Burton is not the same filmmaker he was at that time. Just society is not the same as it was. So like, can we be that dark? Can we be that risque? I don't know. That's something that's really kind of concerned me about Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I think nowadays people are a lot more cautious, and you have a lot more involvement too, and whether that's studio involvement and social media, So I'm not a huge fan of that first movie. Honestly, I've seen it probably once or twice. I probably should rewatch that and then watch the new one coming up. But you're right; it is a different time. You can't get away with what you used to, or if you do, you're gonna piss some people off, and that's nowadays that's not cool. You can't make everybody happy, but you do got to tread lightly. It seems.
Well, somebody posted in the chat earlier. I don't know if this is true or not, but Michael Keaton said he wouldn't do it if it was quote unquote woke. Does anybody know if that is a true statement or?
I haven't heard that.
I mean, I know he turned down that terrible Beetlejuice in Hawaii script that was out there at one point. So he was picky. Keaton's popping up in a lot of stuff. He may be like, just give me my money and I'll do it now. It looks good. I mean, I don't have any like major hangups based on what I've seen in the trailer. It looks like they've got the look down at least, and I don't know. I agree. It's not going to be as edgy as the original film. They're going to have to hold back on a lot of stuff. We talked Ghostbusters recently on cable channel 11. That original movie. It wouldn't be made that way now. There's just so much you can't get away with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind. I think it'll be decent. I'm not expecting it to hold a candle to the original, but and that cartoon was pretty damn good. That's actually one of the better ones.
I remember it being good. Yeah. Chris, I know you've never seen The Crow. Have you seen Beetlejuice, for God's sake?
Of course I have. I've seen Beetlejuice many times.
Okay.
There you go.
I saw it as a kid before I built my hipster complex.
Okay.
But no, like, yeah, seeing it as a kid, then as an adult, it's like, oh yeah, like, wow, I watched this as a kid. My parents let me. Like, like they changed, like, talk about changing stuff. It was like, oh, this is a lovely model now, not nice fucking model. Or when he grabs his dick and it's like, oh, holy crap, like, this was kids. Kids enjoyed this.
Yeah. Well, see, I just remember like seeing it on TV, and like when I did eventually see like the unedited version, being like even like as a teen or whatever, like, oh wow, okay. I thought this was a kids movie, but yeah.
Do y'all happen to know? Is this like a passion project of Tim Burton? Has he like been wanting to make a sequel? Because to me, it's really random that they're doing this movie. You know, I understand there's the whole thing, Hollywood, they're out of ideas, you know, but I just,
it's a
I wonder where
of his tax adjuster. I said it's a passion project of his tax adjuster. So he's,
I mean, the guy needs a hit. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Hold on. We've got somebody backstage.
oh,
Cody, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you guys doing? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you good, man.
All right, good.
How's it going?
Doing well. Just got off of work, so ready to have some fun.
All right. I see you're wearing a Crow shirt.
Yeah,
There you go.
huge fan of the original.
Did you see the new one?
I did. I saw it on Thursday night, and I have an unpopular opinion. I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
oh.
Okay.
I did. It's funny. I enjoyed it, but like as I sit here and like through the days, there's so many things that I did not like about it. But I have to remember not to. I keep comparing it to the Brandon Lee Crow, and this is obviously nothing. This is day and night different. Like the only thing that's really the same is that there's a sword in a one scene, and then there's a crow sometimes. Like that's the only thing that's really the same. That and their first names. Like I don't even think this is what I was thinking afterwards. I should have paid attention while I was watching it. They didn't really say their last names, did they?
I don't think so. Not that I recall.
I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like they're just Eric and Shelley. They never really said Eric Draven or Shelley Webster. Maybe they were doing that to kind of soften the blow to people.
I don't know.
But I did like it. There was I had a lot of problems with it. Like there was one scene where it's like they had the food. It was a Fuji song, but it was remade by somebody else. Like the Ready or Not, Here I Come. Like it started. He was like getting ready. I was like, oh, this is building up to something. And then it cuts to him like driving like some weird car. Like it wasn't even like a motorcycle or like a hot rod or anything. It was like a normal family car. And it shows him driving for a while. It's like, well, it's just kind of like it was weird stuff like that where I was like, why are they doing that? But you know, it's I enjoyed it for what it was worth. There was some cool action scenes.
Yeah,
I liked.
Yeah, I mean like I said, that opera massacre. I just had a big smile on my face that whole time, as did Jeremy. So
I do feel like me and like maybe like a handful of women like this movie.
Well, you got to see Bill Skarsgård's butt a few times.
you know, one thing I think about is for The Crow, this is a perfect example. If you could remove the original movie and all those sequels, and then this movie came out and this is all you knew of The Crow, would it have a legacy or would it be a one and done movie?
I think that there would be no Hot Topic.
Yeah.
There would be. Okay.
I think it would just be a throwaway revenge movie. And then I don't know much about the comic or the graphic novel, so I don't know if it was loyal to that or not. But
yeah, because that just makes me think like, okay, well, if you didn't have any of that history with it, you wouldn't even remember this one.
It's so hard not to compare it to the original one, though. So I understand where it's getting that argument from.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about The Crow is like the fun villains, and this like you knew one villain and then you didn't really know anybody else. It wasn't like like there were no fun villains in this, and I didn't care for the supernatural aspect of the villain.
Yeah. And you know, the soundtrack really needed some Limp Bizkit, number one. I think it needed
Behind Blue Eyes. That's what it needed.
Exactly. That's what they should have played when he was putting on the
ink.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And like they could have played break stuff while he was cacking everybody to pieces with that sword. Hell yeah, man. Damn,
I just saw them in concert too, and they were really good.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
The Loserville tour, huh?
The Loserville tour, yeah.
How is Corey Feldman?
Oh, that's a whole nother story. Oh man, like so Corey Feldman, he's the first one to come out. His band comes out, starts playing music, and then it's like 3 minutes goes by, and people are like, where is he? And then I noticed he was one of the guys who opened the curtains. He was on one of the. This was a Live Nation event. There's no reason for him to be playing with the curtains. Like there's somebody else that can do that. And then he gets on stage and says, "Hey, we cannot do Comeback King because it's too hot and the video is not playing, and I have to cut all these songs because it's too hot and this and that." I was like, "No, we have to cut these songs because you're too busy playing around with the freaking thing." The apron. It's like I don't like. I feel like he's trying to get viral moments now. So he cut that song, which is one of the only songs I know, and he didn't do Stand By Me, and he didn't do the Lost Boys song. So it was a bunch of songs I didn't really know. And he kept saying, "Oh, this is another smash hit from 1997." And I'm like, okay. So like
97.
So like and his set was so short to where I felt cheated, and he pissed me off when he said that he couldn't do Comeback King because of the video. It just didn't make sense. It's like, well, why can't you just fire it up with you guys? It's like the band fired up. Why do you need a video to go along with it?
Oh, geez.
But yeah, like the whole show, like I'm not a fan of whatever else they had going on. Like Corey Feldman was not the worst part of the show. It was, the next acts and stuff. It was just like it wasn't my type of music. I can see where other people like it. Like, who is the guy? Some people seem to like him. I forgot his name. Is it Riff Raff?
Riff Raff. Yeah.
Oh my! So first of all, he like lip syncs. He was lip syncing his songs, and then after a while, he started rapping. But he was like his hype man. So he would only say like certain words of the. I said, "What are you doing?" And then he didn't know the words. It's like, oh my, this is bad, man. So it's like, and it was like 117 degrees outside, and it was an outside venue. So I was just like, by the time Limp Bizkit came on, I was like, I'm fine just going home without seeing Limp Bizkit. But it's crazy. As soon as Limp Bizkit came out, I was like, okay, this was worth it. Like, they were really good. Whether that's pretty smart on their point, they're like, hey, let's give them this weird show, and then once we come out, we're gonna look like 1,000 times better. But they were really cool. They were really good, and yeah, I liked it a lot.
Oh my goodness.
And I would see Corey Feldman again because I want to see a full set of his.
I just would anybody else, like Dan, would you want to see Corey Feldman live in concert?
Absolutely not. I don't care if it's 72 degrees outside. I'm good. No.
Like there's a cringe, train wreck kind of part of it that I think would be kind of interesting. But like if he comes out, he's like, yeah, we're not going to play that because the video's not running.
Yeah.
Who cares? Nobody's here to see your video, dude. They're here to see you be a train wreck.
Yeah. And then after each song, he was like, we have to cut another song. And then after another song, he's like, okay, we have to cut another song. It's like, who's telling you this stuff? Nobody's telling him this. He's just cutting his head down.
Are telling him this.
I think what it was way too hot for him, and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, was he dancing or just singing?
He was dancing, and every song he had less and less clothes on. But you know what? People were enjoying themselves. That's all I can say. People had a fun time, and but man, they were really strict because I think they were afraid of having like a Woodstock 99 thing. Like people on like the lawn couldn't have their blankets or anything. They had to put them back in the car because at Woodstock they would catch them on fire. So, and then like there was no mosh pitting allowed.
Oh,
so there was a lot of rules. Like, and with your drink, you couldn't have like a cap on it or anything like that. They just didn't want people getting buck wild like it was 99 or something.
Oh,
Well, I mean, Corey Feldman is going to really get the party. What they don't want is you throwing bottles of piss at Corey Feldman.
I know.
Is what they really don't want.
I remember him pausing a giant line at a convention years ago to count his money. Like right there.
Yeah.
And
I've heard stories about that, about him stopping to count money.
Yeah, and I just remember a friend leaning over. It's like God took the wrong Corey. I agree.
I almost feel sorry for Corey Feldman on some level, because it's like he was this insanely popular kids as a kid. Like, he's working with Spielberg and Donner and Dante, and he's got these huge movies under his belt, and like he's a teen heartthrob. And then, like, when civilians are ready to launch their careers and their lives, he's being told your career's over. It's like, and of all those hit movies, you've got 40 grand left. Your parents stole all the rest of it. Enjoy the rest of your life. Like, that's got to screw up. That's got to screw you up mentally. There's no doubt about it. That's got to be so difficult to deal with. And then just to be like, gosh, I was working with Richard Donner 10 years ago. Now I'm in the budget of this movie's $20. It's going to premiere on Showtime at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's got to hit you hard. I feel for him for that, but like, there's no excuse for he legitimately still thinks he's that huge star, though. And like, I don't know. There's delusion there, and like, it's I don't know.
Did you see that he? I guess his set got rained out a couple weeks ago or last week or so, and so Fred Durst set him up to do a lunchroom concert. So he did like a concert for like 20 people in a lunchroom. Like, after, and I guess people had fun, but then I guess the Fred Durst showed up with a tambourine and he was playing. So it's like, I feel like right now he's in a good spot where I think he has Fred Durst helping. And it seems like Fred Durst actually does care about these people who are on tour with him, which you could tell by watching, and it was really cool because he brought everybody out during his their Limp Bizkit set, and they sang "Happy Birthday" to one of the guys. So you could tell that I think he really cares about them, and I think he's helping Corey with what he's doing right now in this moment. So maybe he's on the way up, but I do know that he's probably making great money doing what he's doing now. So I guess sure. We can talk all the crap we want, but he's making more money than I am. So.
Well, see, and this is a theory too, that he's just trolling everybody, that he's playing the heel, quote unquote. I don't think he's that self-aware. He's not that self-aware,
dude. And another thing, I went to a convention last month and met Jason Patrick, and somebody asked him, they're like, "Hey, do you have any good stories about the two Coreys?" And he talked very fondly of Corey Haim, and then when he came to Corey Feldman, he's like, "The less said, the better." And he's like, "I don't have anything good to say about him." It's like, oh dang, I did not know that he did not get along with Jason Patrick.
Dick Miller, there's that actual clip where
that's a great clip.
Yeah, he like yells at him.
Shut up! I'll slap the shit out of you.
Did you guys on Scream Factory? They have an interview with Corey Feldman during the special features of the Tales from the Crypt movie, the Bordello of Blood.
Yeah.
And Corey Feldman talks about how he wanted to give Dennis Miller pointers on how to do comedy and stuff, and Dennis Miller was like, "Okay."
Wow.
Like Dennis Miller, I guess, was a complete dick to him or whatever. But I'm like, why would you? It's like me going up to Michael Jackson and say, "Hey, let me show you how to dance."
You've got two left feet, buddy. Let me show you what's up.
Yeah, let me how do you really moonwalk.
You need a little more razzle dazzle in the moonwalk.
Yeah, I do think though. I agree with you, Cody. I think Fred Durst is in his ear, kind of like, "Well, dude, lean in, just lean into it." You know what I mean? Like, lean into it, enjoy it. But I think he's not self-aware enough to really be in on the joke, and he doesn't think there's a joke at all. He thinks he's legitimately like a hugely talented singer, songwriter, dancer, you know, the whole 9 yards.
Even on his shirt for the concert, it's Loserville, but it's like broken up. Like you could tell he doesn't want to admit that he is like a loser. You know, like not even Loserville is spelt right for him. He's like you know, I feel he's not quite getting it or wanting to get it. I feel like he's like Tommy Wiseau. I said this a couple nights ago. I feel like he's like Tommy Wiseau. He was making the movie The Room, and he was taking it completely serious. And then when it came out, the crowd was laughing. Everyone's like, "Oh, wow, that was a good comedy." He's like, "Oh yeah, that was a comedy." And then from now on, The Room is a comedy to him. So I think he's playing the gimmick, but I don't think he was playing this gimmick for the last 30 years. I think it's a gimmick the last like maybe year or so, if that. Yeah. And I think Fred Durst is like helping him. And I think it's a good thing that Fred Durst is helping him.
Oh yeah. Well, are you a big Beetlejuice fan, Cody?
I am a big Beetlejuice fan. Yes.
Are you excited for Beetlejuice?
I am excited. Yes, I'm a huge Michael Keaton fan too, so it's really cool to see him back doing that and the practical effects. I'm excited to see that. I know there are some stuff that looks questionable, but I think it's because we're not used to like some of the stuff that's polished now, like when you do because we don't really see stop motion that often. Now seeing a stop motion stuff in a digital world, it looks a little different. It may look like CGI and whatnot. So hopefully that comes off good. I know in the trailer there's like a plane scene that looks a little off-putting.
Yeah, the plane looks bad.
Yeah, but hopefully it's not bad. And I saw that Beetlejuice has the same time that he like the same camera time that he did in the original one. I saw they announced that a couple days ago. So he'll only be on screen for like 17, 18 minutes, which to me, I don't mind seeing him more, but people are happy about it. And it feels like, because it looks like he's going to team up with Lydia, and I'm a huge fan of the cartoon, and that's what he did in the cartoon. It looks a lot like the cartoon. Like I feel like it's taking a lot of beats from the cartoon, which I'm for. So I don't know if other people are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's coming out in like 2 weeks?
Yeah, so, the 6th or something.
The 6th. It is the 6th. Yeah.
I don't know. I just found out from Jeremy last night when I was watching your guys' Fanta video. He knew what day. I think the 6th. He said
he knew. He knows what's up. Yeah, we're down for that one for sure. I'm gonna do a review of the original Beetlejuice and have it out before the 6th. But yeah, so that's what prompted this Beetlejuice talk, because it reminded, like watching it again, like I said, as an adult is like a different experience than watching it as a kid. You notice a lot more, and it's actually it's a dark movie, I think. But
well, that's how I felt when I used to watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure a lot when I was a kid, and then there was a good 20 years I didn't watch it, and then I watched it again, and I was like, this is better as an adult. Like this is way much funnier now that I understand everything, and I really like. Same with there's a movie called Bushwhacked where I watched as a kid all the time. I didn't watch it.
Was fun.
I didn't watch it for the longest time. I watched it again. I was like, holy crap, this is not for kids, and this is funny.
Heavyweights.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, man. I just watched The Mask in theaters. They showed last week. They had a 30th anniversary, and I saw that in theaters when it first came out. And I was like, dude, this is a masterpiece. I really enjoyed it. And it was fun going to a theater where everybody, like, there's nobody on their phones. Nobody was talking. Everybody was like, I felt like it was 1994 and people were watching this for the first time. It was a good time. And I was like, okay, this is a really good movie. Like, I don't know why I had a really good time seeing The Mask in theater.
That's cool. Well, let's talk about fan service. And what got me on the fan service topic was Alien Romulus. And we talked about it a little bit earlier in the stream. I think it's a good movie, but there were just all these moments that reminded me of better Alien movies. And even a movie like Deadpool and Wolverine, there's a lot of fan service in that one too. And then there's I don't want it to seem like I'm picking on just those two movies, because there's a lot of just fan service in a lot of media these days, it seems like. And I don't know, I'm just curious, what do you guys think of fan service? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Can you take it too far? Should we? Because one of the criticisms of Alien Romulus that I remember reading was like, we wanted to see Fede Alvarez as Alien, and because he's being so fan servicey with it, we want his Alien, not like a reminders of aliens and Alien and whatever, and that the fan service stuff sort of stifles creativity, and I get that. I definitely get that. Where do you stand on fan service, Dan?
Well, there's good and bad fan service. I mean, the Marvel trend that we saw in that last, like Doctor Strange, Flash. Sorry, I'm not a big Marvel guy if I'm mixing these up, but just the count the cameos kind of stuff, that doesn't do anything for me. Seeing, Nick Cage pop up for 2 seconds, I don't know, that doesn't work for me anymore. Repeating iconic lines in the Alien movie, I thought that just over and over. And there's a lot of little things too that might just go totally over your head, but that movie's full of them. And I agree. Now, I did like the movie, just mixed bag, like I said. But I would have liked to have seen just the unfiltered Fede Alvarez Alien, much like, I'm a fan of Resurrection. I know not everybody is, but I feel that director's specific vision of the movie, and it stands out from the others. It's not my favorite Alien, but it stands out, and I think it works brilliantly.
Yeah, I'm glad that Halloween Resurrection's getting its flowers now too. You meant Alien Resurrection. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said Resurrection. I just thought Halloween Resurrection.
David Gordon Green probably has elevated a Halloween Resurrection as well. So I pine for the days of Busta Rhymes, but no, you can still stay in the spirit and do your own thing. Especially in science fiction, which, sci-fi horror in this case, like, do something a little different. I get why people don't connect to Prometheus because it is such a different story. I love it. It takes place in the same universe. It's more, hard sci-fi, so it's not going to please all the horror fans, but it works. I don't think it ruins Alien. It doesn't do anything to ruin Alien, and it just kind of builds on to the legacy. And I just make your own movie, and simple.
How do we know that he wasn't making his own movie? He's just a huge fan of the franchise. Like me, if I were to make a movie, I feel like I'd be filling it with fan service, not really knowing, but being like, oh, this is what I'd want to see, kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that. Repeating the lines though is like a really distracting thing. Do it once.
Yeah.
I'll give you one.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I have heard that I've heard that it was pretty good. But everyone I've heard say they reuse a line and it just did not work well.
It didn't even fit.
Yeah.
That situation, they just threw that in there, and it was just like,
Yeah.
Somebody told me it's actually really suspenseful, but I don't know if that's true or not.
There's some good suspense.
That's good.
The good is good. The bad is bad. Like I said again, it's a mixed bag. I don't think it ruined anything. I'm down to watch another movie, even with the lead. Keep forgetting her name. Claire Spaney.
Spaney,
yeah. I thought she was pretty solid. So I'll give it a shot if this continues. I'm happy that Alien is still alive and well, and this wasn't a case of The Crow where it was just a miserable flop that's going to send it to the grave for another 30 years.
Yeah. And Romulus has been a huge hit, so there will be more Alien stuff, and we're getting what's it called, Alien Earth on Hulu pretty soon too.
Yeah. Is it?
They're still doing that. Okay.
Or Effects, is it? Maybe it's Hulu now.
Oh, is it? I just remember seeing it. I saw the trailer or the little teaser before that movie and before The Crow too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
With science fiction, it's so open. You can tell all kinds of different stories, and I'm good with that. Like,
Fede even said he's got an idea for an Alien versus Predator movie.
I think that I think he'd do a better job than those other movies.
I
Because I
wouldn't
do think
mind that,
Romulus
yeah.
is way better than those. Yeah.
I saw the first Alien vs Predator, but never saw the second one. Somebody told me the second one's actually pretty fun. It's rated R as well.
The parts you can see.
I was like,
The parts-
man,
They up the gore and the kills, but
is it a movie that's so dark you can't see? Because that bothers me so much.
There's the budget for lights in that movie must have been $20 because there's just no lights in that movie at all. And like a big chunk of it takes place in the sewer, and it's just the dankest, darkest sewer you've ever seen.
And then it's like a rainy night, and they're fighting on top of a building, and you can't really see what's going on. They're running through. The power gets out to the town, so
which is perfect considering that the aliens are pitch black. And you know,
maybe it's gonna be perfect in 4K. Then you're gonna watch it on 4K. It's gonna be a brand new movie.
Like I don't mind Alien. Like I don't mind either Alien versus Predator movie. They're just kind of silly to me. I did have hope for Requiem though, because like, oh, it's R-rated. It's gonna be like it looked like it just looked like it was gonna be better. And then it's I don't know, it's not good. It's not good. But I don't know. I can watch it and have a good time with both of those movies, but yeah.
So I'll just make a comment on fan service.
Yeah, please.
So to me, I'm going to start off on my usual analogies of things, and then kind of go over my examples of fan service. So analogy I have of fan service is the director is a chef. He's making you this dessert. Fan service is the salt that enhances the sweetness of everything else. Too much of it, and it's just tastes like crap. But just the right amount, and it really enhances everything to have the best dessert you ever had. And so my examples would be we talked about Ghostbusters yesterday on Cable Channel 11. And maybe think about it. So Afterlife, the first couple acts is kind of classic fan service for people who are big fans because it's kind of like making you kind of remember certain things. But it's not outright doing things. That's the third act, where the third act just replays the first movie over again. And so that's bad fan service to me is the third act, where the first couple acts is more like a better fan service, make you kind of remember what you enjoyed about the previous ones while experiencing something new. And then sometimes people read too deep into certain things. I did for Frozen Empire, where there's a scene where they kind of have all the little objects. There's like ghosts inside the objects. They had a baseball and a glove inside there. I thought that was actually fan service to make you think that Casper was canon to Ghostbusters, because in the Casper he has a ball and glove. That's what he's trying to get out of the safe, and then Dan Aykroyd was in Casper. But now they brought that into Frozen Empire.
That's cool, actually, if it's true.
Yeah, if it's true. That's reading too deeply. But in general, yeah, this fan service is a tool, but you have to use very sparingly.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, the salt analogy.
And I think it depends on the movie. You know,
exactly.
If you go for a much serious tone, you're right. You can shove it down people's throats, and it's like, okay, I get it. It's the same shot. I see the Reebok shoe, you know. But then if you switch that over to Deadpool and Wolverine, it was played for jokes. I mean, Gambit to me was the best part of the movie, and only if you knew the story of that, you would understand why he was playing Gambit.
Yeah,
you know. So they were obviously, I felt they were making fun of it, you know. And it worked in that situation. But Chris, you made a good point. You can do too much of it, and it dilutes it. You know?
To me, it's the same with product placement. I'm actually a big fan of product placement. I know that's weird. So I like fan service. But
biggest Mac and Me fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm the guy who watches Cobra and I'm looking at the stuff in the back. Like, I remember that box of Lucky Charms, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's fun stuff. Remy LeBeau.
Yeah. But man, I'll tell you what,
dialect coach.
So when like these movies come out, I like to see them like opening weekend. so I don't get anything spoiled for me. Nothing was spoiled for me in Deadpool and Wolverine, and there was one cameo in that movie. I don't know if we're doing spoilers or not, but I was like because I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but I'm a kid of the '90s, and there was a Marvel person that was there, and I freaked out. I was
Blade.
like,
Was it Blade? Was it Blade?
Yeah, it was Blade.
Yeah.
Yes,
Me
dude.
too,
I
me
was
too.
like, I couldn't like, I was clapping, and I was like, even the person next to me was like, I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. I'm clapping, like, like I'm sure they were embarrassed, but I was like, I just never expected to see Wesley Snipes walk in, and then as I'm watching, I'm like, oh yeah, they don't like each other in real life, so that's another added on layer. So it was, to me, it was really cool.
And I mean, that's a good point, because don't hold me to this, but isn't Blade like one of the first Marvel characters?
He
like,
was. He
legit
really was.
movies that did really well.
One
it
of.
just came out.
Yeah.
So far, you know.
Well, Blade is the one that saves Marvel, as it were.
Right.
98. Yeah, I mean.
And when I was a kid, I didn't know what Marvel was. I just saw Blade, and I was like, "This is awesome," So I didn't really connect it to I didn't know what Marvel was, honestly. I knew what DC was just because I was a fan of Batman and show DC in the beginning.
That was before there was a shared universe.
Yeah,
everything's got to freaking connect, and this person shows up.
Speaking of Blade, though, in Deadpool, that was fan service. He redelivered that classic line, but he changed it slightly to fit the current movie, so it worked. So everybody got to say the line. Yay, we all cheered for the line, but it was delivered in a way that was like, okay, it fits for this.
Yeah, and I really thought it was weird that they had him say the line, "I'm the only Blade," especially when they're It's like there's only one Blade, especially when they're trying really hard to get this new Blade off the ground.
Yeah, they don't know what
so many times.
And like that's why I'm like, ooh, that's kind of surprised they
nobody gives a crap about the Mahershala Ali Blade now. It's just dead.
So like I feel like that was like the nail in the coffin. It's like, all right, well, like me, I'm excited to see what's her name is in the new Blade movie, or she was Mia Goth. So I thought it was going to be interesting to see her in something not Hollywood's the wrong word. The something A-list is the wrong word too. Something bigger.
Right.
I'm curious to see her in something like that.
Yeah. Well, and look, it seemed like for a long time, Marvel wanted you to forget about Blade.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted you to forget that Blade, that movie kind of like Chris said, it saved Marvel, but at the same time too, like they wanted you to forget that he was, they were talking Black Panther's the first black superhero.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's like, Blade.
Yeah, I think I remember Blade.
We're supposed to forget about Blade? Like, no, Blade. So, and for that Mahershala, that new Blade, that's never going to happen. Nobody gives a crap.
Mm-hmm.
If they do not bring Wesley Snipes back for one more Blade and give him the Logan outro, it'll be a shame.
Dude, I never even thought about that until I watched your video and you said that, and I was like, now that's like what I like. That's like on my that's my to-do list. I'm going to become a director and I'm going to make that movie, whether it's the last thing I do. Like somebody needs to make that movie. That's
listen,
perfect.
Keep Mia Goth as the bad guy. Keep her as the bad guy. Absolutely.
Yeah. Throw in all the fan service you can.
Yeah, I don't really.
Throw Morbius in there. Where was Morbius in Deadpool Wolverine?
Just morbing around.
Just Morb. Just Jared Leto pops up and morbs around and leaves.
Triple H in there and Whisper.
Oh Jesus!
Well, dude, you know what I saw? I saw that they had the Russian from the Punisher in there, but it wasn't Kevin Nash.
Wasn't Kevin Nash?
No.
I saw Kevin Nash talking about it. I was like, oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been so cool because Tyler Mane and Kevin Nash wrestled together in WCW. They were actually part of a tag team.
Did they really? I didn't know Tyler Mane wrestled.
Yeah,
long time ago, but yeah,
really okay.
Yeah. So that would have been cool. Like if they put those two like standing next to each other, that would have been cool.
That would have been a fan service for the wrestling fans.
Exactly.
Like other people wouldn't care, but there'd be that like 1,000 of people would be like, yeah,
exactly.
Oh, I don't know why that reminded me of, but you guys know who Justin Roberts is, right? Justin Roberts, he's like the announcer for WWE. He was announcer for WWE. Now he's announcer for AEW. AEW, yeah. Well, anyways, he was on stage with Corey Feldman. He lives near me. So I see him at like Costco and stuff sometimes. I see Dolph Ziggler too, but it was just weird to see. Like I'm watching Dolph Ziggler, or not Dolph Ziggler. I'm watching Corey Feldman. And I look over and there's Justin Roberts wearing like a Mr. T-shirt just dancing. So I'm like, why is he on stage? Like, and it's not like he was hiding off in the corner. He was like on stage. So, but I don't know. That just reminded me of another thing. He was randomly there. But
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to see a new Blade. And from what it sounds like, they didn't show any of them die. And at the end of the movie, they said, "Hey, I promised a few friends,
Yeah.
To come over." So I was like, hopefully they come back for something else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was kind of expecting to see Blade and Elektra and Remy LeBeau at the table at the end.
Blade just eating cocktail weenies and stuff.
Yeah, like Remy LeBeau's back there mixing cocktails,
Yeah.
or he's like dealing a hand of cards.
Yeah.
In cards, yeah.
Dude, he looked really good as Gambit. Like that's like the dream Gambit for people. He looked just like just like the what I remember him.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like the twist of like, oh, there's Chris Evans. It's Cap. No, he's the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four guy.
That's Fantastic Four, yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot he was that until he did that. I was like, oh,
I did
I
too.
just assumed he was Captain America. I was like, oh, this is kind of weird.
I did too. Yeah,
But then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he was the Flame guy.
and I loved the Caviller wing. Well, what was the Henry Cavill Wolverine?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
The Cavalry or something like that.
Yeah.
Cavalry, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything they want to add about fan service? Good thing, bad thing? I think sparingly. Like Chris had said, a
Yeah.
little bit of fan service to get that pop. Having
Mm-hmm.
that pop, I think feels good. Like, oh,
Mhm.
But yeah, you go overboard, and it's it's like, is this your movie or is this like somebody else's? Is it I don't know.
So
There's a fine line.
I do have a question though. Have you guys seen The Flash? Right? How
No,
did
wait, the new movie? No.
Oh, okay. Because there's a cameo at the end where I was like, this is the best cameo I've seen in a long time.
Is the Nick Cage cameo?
No, it's somebody who's played Batman before, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Oh,
I remember that one.
Is it
Yeah.
Clooney?
It's Clooney, yes, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So when they show Clooney as the new DC Batman, like you're expecting it to be you're expecting it to be the new Batman, and it's George Clooney. I laughed so hard, and I was like, that's the best cameo that they could have done. I really enjoyed it.
They missed a golden opportunity. Just imagine if Schwarzenegger popped up as Mr.
I know.
Freeze. He's like, chill out, and he
I
just
know.
froze everybody.
But dude, so many people were so upset that it was him. I thought it was funny as shit because it's basically them being like, "This is never going to happen. This is the
Mhm.
middle finger to DC kind of thing." I thought it was really funny and cool.
I think originally it was supposed to be Michael Keaton.
It was because they originally shot it with Michael
They
Keaton.
shot it, yeah, and then they changed it at the last.
They changed it at the last minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got rid of all Michael Keaton stuff. Like he was supposed to be in another movie at the end credits, and he was supposed to do this and that. They just kind of got rid of all of Michael Keaton's stuff.
I
Wait,
saw an
Michael
interview.
Keaton wasn't in The Flash at all?
Oh no, Michael Keaton was in The Flash, yeah. But I
Okay.
think he was supposed to be in the end credit for the water guy, Aquaman. Aquaman
Oh,
2 or
okay.
something. And he was supposed to come back at the end of the Flash, but it's not him, it's a different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the universe Michael Keaton's in is gone at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be in the back. Well, he was in the Batgirl movie that
Batgirl,
they just canceled.
Yeah.
I saw it. I
Yeah.
saw an interview. Somebody asked him about that. He was like, "I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. Whatever."
I did see that if Michael Keaton turned down that Batman role, that they were going to throw whatever money they could at Christian Bale to come back. So I don't know if it would have been a different movie, or if it would have more people would have enjoyed it more. But but I'm a huge Michael Keaton fan. If Michael Keaton wasn't in it, would I would have enjoyed it as much? Probably not. But that's how I
I'll
feel.
tell you though, we talked about fan service. Whenever Michael Keaton showed up and like that Danny Elfman theme music hit, that made me smile. That took me back.
I had goosebumps in the theater. Yeah, for sure.
Is the Flash really that bad?
I didn't think it was that bad, but I was there for Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton was good in the movie. And Michael Keaton has a scene where he explains multiverses. I was like, that's the best analogy I've ever heard about. It was like something about spaghetti and the what. When I was like, okay, well that actually makes sense. Like me, I'm not a fan of like so. So when I was watching, I don't even remember which one it was of the Marvel movies, and everyone's dying or whatever, and like there are people like crying in like the theater, and I was like.
I must have been like
They're all coming back.
Wars.
Yeah, it was one of those, and I was like, they're all coming back. That's what I don't like. That's when I started to lose steam with these movies because, like, well, man, if somebody dies, they can always come back. Like, look, Robert Downey Jr. was like, oh, he actually finally died, and now he's coming back in, as a villain or whatever. So I'm just like, there's no high stakes anymore because everyone's back. That's why I'm not a big. I love the fan service. I love seeing like Tobey Maguire back, but it's like. Man, I don't like these multi-universes because there's no real threat.
Yeah, like you said, there's no stakes. There's no suspense of like, will this person live or die? If they die, we'll just bring them back in another. We'll go to another timeline and bring them.
Yeah,
back. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Let's see. Anybody else? Anything want to add? Anything about fan service? I think we've covered the bases.
I will say though, Piz, I did like the Flash.
Okay,
but I was a fan of the comic Flashpoint.
Flashpoint?
Yeah,
Flashpoint
I was
is good.
waiting on that Flash movie for a long time. So it's not perfect by any means, but it's got some enjoyment.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed
like Flashpoint a lot. So Swaggy, as somebody else who likes Flashpoint, is it worth watching the movie, or should I just be like, it's fine?
You got to give it a shot. I really like the comic better. I thought that was a better story. Sometimes you're like, oh man, they're finally doing this Flash movie. They're going to get it right, and then that actor had a lot of problems. I forget his name now. Ezra Miller.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he got arrested, and it was like they didn't know how to promote that movie because they couldn't push him, and then they
couldn't reshoot it because it's
right. Yeah, it was like, did they move on from him?
It was him playing himself twice too. So it's like,
and the Flash character to me is he's so goofy the way they made him. I don't like that.
Well, it makes no sense because the character they're playing him as is Barry Allen, but he's playing like a Wally West. Wally West is more goofy and things like that. Barry Allen is a serious guy.
Yeah, you're almost like, man, they got two of them now, and they're it's too much,
Well, Dan has got some breaking physical media news for us, but before we do that, I think it's time for a moment of swag. Swaggy, it's all you, my friend. You've got the floor.
All right. Well, thank you, Piz. Thanks for putting me on the spot. The only thing I really got is I would like to talk to y'all. I want to give some advice about tattoos. Whenever you're young, don't get caught up in the moment. Or like wrestling, Goldberg tattoos, something might be popular for about 6 months, and tattoos last forever. So whenever something was popular in the late 90s, like this, give it a little bit of time because it's going to be there 20 years later. That's the only advice I could give is think about what you're doing, give it a little bit of time, and then move on from there. It'll fade.
Wait a minute. Was that tattoo inspired by Goldberg?
No, but I remember Goldberg had like the tribal design. Yeah. People wanted that, or women get the lower back tattoo. I don't even know if that's still popular.
Yeah.
But the barbed wire at one time was really popular, and now it's just like, oh wow, come on, you're really like that's 20 years ago, man.
Yeah. I was hoping the new Crow would be a little more popular, and people would be getting a nipple tattoo. What's that? With his eye.
Listen. Hey, the nipple eye. That's going to start trending. I think. Don't forget about it.
Nipple eye.
But I mean, since you really were inspired by Goldberg, we all know it. We all know it.
Hey man, he had a good run.
Here's some more Goldberg. Sid, You will be remembered, my friend. You will be remembered. Oh, Lord have mercy. Dan, go ahead. You've got some breaking physical media news.
So it's not Fright Night 2, because I feel like that's what everybody is just waiting for. But so TerrorVision is putting out the 1990 zombie horror comedy Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter, and have apparently hit some YouTube channels that might have been streaming that movie with takedown requests. So that is apparently coming. Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter. It's exciting to me. It's not Friday Night 2, but I'm excited.
Okay. All right. I don't think I've ever heard of that. It sounds interesting.
It sounds fun.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that doesn't get talked about a lot because it's just been lost on VHS for so long, but looks like that is hitting Blu-ray.
Well, good to know. Good to know. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we call it a night?
Has anybody hit Spirit yet? I know you have, Piz.
I went. The Spirit I went to really wasn't fully kind of decked out yet, so I didn't really see anything I needed just yet. But I'll probably go back again a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, ours in my area hasn't been set up yet, but I've gone to Lowe's and I've seen they've got out their Halloween yard decorations and stuff like that.
I got this one.
Cody's been.
I haven't actually been. I bought this online when it came out, so I actually haven't been yet. But they have about 5 of them in my area. But they opened up pretty early this year, but I just haven't been there. I don't know. I think it's because I don't have room for stuff, and I know I'm just going to come home with stuff I don't need. like this. I had it just right here. Like I have no place to put this, so it just goes wherever I go.
Yeah. I know that. I know that feeling. Except for me, it's when Jeremy comes up to me and says, "Buy it."
Yeah,
that means there's no.
Do y'all decorate y'all's yards at all, or?
Man, I'm so afraid someone's going to take all my stuff. So I'm just like, nope.
We usually don't do much decorating. We're going to more this year. We've already kind of started. Usually it's just in the house or kind of like, in the windows and stuff. But we're going to do a little more outside, I think, this year. So
nice.
There's some cool I saw where you can hang it on your garage door. So it's like
I saw those advertised to me too.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like the same kind of fabric they use for billboards, but it's for your garage.
Oh,
so
really?
You
That's
kind of
cool.
Bungee cord it to your garage so it doesn't move. But it's like it or like zombies or whatever. There's some cool stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Check Temu too. Temu's got a lot. A lot of Halloween stuff. Cheap too.
Well, of course, Temu.
I'm all about that.
If you haven't dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would appreciate that. Anything else on your all's minds before we call it a night? Cody, what's on your mind? Cody, all right, Cody, just vent. Just vent, Cody.
You know what? I said everything I really needed to say. I went off on Corey Feldman for a bit. I talked about how I liked The Crow, but then said nothing good about it. So
what is that leprechaun statue behind you?
Oh man, this is a handmade right here.
Whoa.
Handmade?
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, it's hand carved and painted. Yeah. Leprechaun. Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. You don't see much leprechaun merchandise out there. So I saw somebody on Etsy was making these. Actually, Jay Fletcher, I don't know if he's a watcher of your guys' channels or not, but I saw him post about this on Instagram. He bought one as well. And I had to get one. Yeah. But yeah. It's I think it's modeled after Leprechaun 2 when he's drinking at the bar or coming out of the tree. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty big too.
Yeah,
like a recording of Warwick Davis in there, like saying lines and stuff.
I wish. I wish.
My favorite leprechaun is Leprechaun in Space. That's my.
Oh yeah. See, mine is 3.
3. Yeah, I think 3 is the best one.
I actually, Jeremy likes the leprechaun. I actually found him a leprechaun Funko out in the wild, and I was like, "Hey, Bubba, look, leprechaun." He was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, leprechaun." He just put it back on the shelf and walked away.
Oh wow.
So I was like, okay, that saved me some money. Let me see here. Swaggy, where can we find you on social media, sir?
I am only on Instagram, so I do a little bit of movie reviews of what I call, but check it out. It's John's Cool World. John's _cool_ world.
But I don't know. I don't remember if I've asked you this or not. Are you planning on coming up for Scarefest?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. Yeah.
Is anybody planning on Horror Hound in Cincy? No.
No.
Because I think the Horror Fest is at in October, at the end of October.
Scarefest is, yeah.
Scarefest. I'm sorry, I said Horror Fest. Yeah, that one I plan on making. Yep.
Okay, cool. Horror Hound. They just keep adding people to Horror Hound. It's going to be a pretty big show. So, and same thing with Scarefest. Like they've already got a huge lineup, and they're just adding more people. So it's
insane. Yeah,
it's going to be huge.
So who's going to fleece John for signing something this time?
Good question.
Oh yeah, whose Playboy was that? Who was Barbara Crampton? Yeah.
Just make sure you have a little bit extra cash than what you think you need. Or you could just avoid it and just say, no, I'm good. But it's Barbara Crampton, man. I mean,
Well,
I was, what am I going to say?
It's Barbara Crampton. I mean, come on. You're put on the spot. It's Barbara Crampton. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
I'm lucky I could like pronounce anything at that moment. I was just like, oh my gosh.
You don't want to be mad because didn't you say that she like opened it up to look at her page?
She did.
Yeah.
What if she opened it up and it was like worn out? Like that would have been super embarrassing. Like, you know, like somebody's been looking at this page for a while.
Well, she did.
Stuck together.
Yeah.
She did. She didn't just open it up. She walked over and started showing it to Jonathan Sheck. Like, hey, look at me.
That's funny.
Yeah, she kind of, I don't want to say embraced it, but she didn't shy away from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I thought that might be a little awkward, but she seemed fine with it. So
What's there to shy away from? What's there to shy away from? And I really did thought because I know her manager Dominic. Like I thought he was messing with you because I was standing next to you, like he was ribbing you. But no, he
yeah,
was a
I thought he
pricing
was too. I thought it was a joke, you know, and it was just like, oh, okay,
that's wild.
Does the hat ever come off, Dan?
Nah,
he's a never nude.
Wow,
never knew.
Never
Shower with it, everything.
It keeps you know. I mean, it saves a lot on shampoo.
It does. You're good.
Cursed City Con. Oh, so Chris, you and Sam are going to Cursed City Con.
Yep, we are.
Okay. Who's going to be there?
A few people. It's the first year for it. The one I'm looking forward to is the voice actor who does the Ghostface voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Roger Jackson. Yeah,
Roger Jackson. Yeah, thank you.
I would like to meet him as well.
He's going to be at Scarefest. That's somebody who he's on Jeremy's list because
Mm-hmm.
he also does Mojo Jojo.
Exactly.
I just met the voice actor who did Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. She was very nice. It was funny too because it was her and the guy who plays Johnny Bravo. They're at a toy store near my house. So I went there and they, you know, it was like so much to get your autograph. And then for them to do quotes was more, which is a thing that's popular now.
It makes sense.
Anyways, the person who was doing Dexter she asked me, she's like, do you want a quote? And I was like, I didn't pay for a quote. She's like, oh, I don't give a shit. So she's like, started doing it. And like the store was like, hey, no, don't do that. And she like, they kind of got in an argument where she's like, I don't want to charge for quotes. Like she was just like, she's like, it makes no sense for me to sign or to charge for quotes. And she explained it. She's like, everywhere I go, I have to charge for quotes. And she's like, if you have to take it out of my money, take it out of my money. But it was really weird to see like her argue with these people. And they're like, oh, okay. You know, like.
So was it the first voice actor or the second voice actor for Dexter?
I don't know.
Okay. Because
not
the
quite
first
sure.
one also did Chucky Finster.
Oh no, she passed away.
Okay, yeah. So then,
Yeah.
yes, the second one then.
Yeah.
Dan, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Flesh Wound Features here on YouTube. Also visited by Voices Network. Check out the Dead End Drive-In with Subjective Perspective Collective on there. And you can see us at XPW Symphony for Destruction in September. And also convention, Los Angeles HorrorCon. We'll be there. There's an Aliens reunion, a Maxine reunion, and a Jaws 2 reunion.
Oh, nice.
Cherry on top. So I don't know what day we'll be there, but we will be there one day. So if you see us, come say hi. I don't know if we'll have a table yet or not, though.
So are you going at this wrestling event? Are you just going to be there as a spectator? Are you taking part in anything? Are you going to be in the ring? What's going on?
Never know. I might just run in there and challenge somebody. It's possible. But you will get to see Necro Butcher, Mickey Knuckles, JTG is going to be there, and of course Rob Black and all the XPW regulars. So it'll be one to watch. It's going to be interesting. I'll just put it that way.
Wow.
So wait,
You said you're going to a Maxine reunion? Like, who's going to be there?
Oh wow. Well, not Mia Goth as of yet. I know the guy whose balls she crushes is going to be there. He's going to be the next hot thing.
Buster Keaton.
Yeah, Buster Keaton. Yeah.
I know there's at least 3 or 4. The audition lady, I think, is going to be there. Those are like the 3 big reunions. Michael Bine and Jeanette Goldstein from Aliens, and
Cool.
it's a pretty cool lineup. Should be fun.
Okay.
Love Vasquez.
Yeah.
I ordered that book, by the way, Dan, too.
Oh, nice.
The
Yeah, V
graphic novel.
Castro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cody, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Dude Who Loves Movies, one word, on YouTube and Instagram. Come on over. Let's have some fun.
There you go. There you go. What's going on over on your channel?
So I'm going to start next month a 90s month where all my videos are going to be 90s focused.
Oh, very cool. I like that.
Yep.
Very nice. Chris, where can we find you on social media?
Sure. You can find me on Twitter mainly at Bonus Pretzel. You can also find me like helping out Sam with a couple episodes here and there on her show, GBs for Invisible Voices. But I do have a quick question though for Dan. If you're going to wrestle, are you going to throw your hat in the ring?
It's possible. Could be a hat on a
man.
pole match, maybe.
Oh man,
That would
that's
be
worth
cool.
a mission.
That on
That
the
would be
full
cool.
match.
Maybe.
One of his hat just doesn't fall off. He's taking like the power bombs and big boots, and his hat just never falls off.
That is it's like a first to knock Dan's hat off match.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. Well, if they don't book it, we'll do it in the parking lot.
There you go.
That'd be a great match. That'd be a great match. That'd be right up there with the Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I could have taken Judy Bagwell. No match.
man,
No match.
Lord have mercy. Oh, we got Big Crack Rock watching. Big Crack Rock, how you doing, man?
What up, Crack Rock?
Yeah, man. Right on. Let's see. What have I got going on? I've got I'm staying busy. We're getting into the Halloween season, so I've got a lot of stuff planned for Halloween with Jeremy. Got a couple of conventions coming up. Going to be heading out. Well, that's in September. Going to be heading out to the Mutilator 2 screening there on the beach where it was filmed.
Nice.
That's going to be fun.
When does that come out?
That
Is there?
It's in September. It's like election weekend, whenever election day is. Like it's right there.
November.
November.
Oh,
November, not September. It's November,
Yeah,
not September.
the first
I'm sorry.
Tuesday in November is Election Day.
Yeah, sorry. November, not September. And yeah, just lots of videos, lots of stuff coming out. So keep your eyes peeled. So that's it. All right, let me do some shout outs here, then we'll call it a night. Shout out to Bronson for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that, sir. Shout out to Sean for becoming a channel member. Thanks a lot. That's very nice of you. Let's see who's still with us here tonight. We've got, of course, we got Big Crack Rock in the chat. We got Usu. We got Dead Zone. Justin Smith. We've got Sam. We've got Claire. Claire, Dan, I think you and Claire have a connection.
Maybe. I don't know.
Something going. I think there's something going on there. Ben Grimm was here. Ben, how you doing, man?
Man.
Gabriel Lopez was here with us tonight. Let's see who else. Barney likes beer. Dave, movie fan. We had Orc in the chat tonight.
What up, Orc?
The Crypt Keeper. Glenn was here. Justin Smith was here hanging out with us. Let's see how far up can I go with the chat. Oh, there was Jess, Cable Channel 11. Shout out to Jess. Hope you're doing well. Had Cliff Booth here, but he was talking crap about Feruza as always.
As always.
Come on, man. Grow up. Grow up. But anyway, thanks to everybody who hung out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Derek was here. Derek, yeah, thank you, man. Alan, thank you. All right, y'all have a great rest of your night. Take it easy. Be well. And until next time, peace.